day and she will come the next day. So Spendy was leaving our side and he dropped the number that I should keep in touch. Question. So you were the one that called the nurse that led to her coming? Answer. Yes, I sent her the address to start coming. Question. Who gave him the food that he vomited at the Panadol? Answer. Adra gave him the food. Question. What of the Panadol? Answer. It was the one I bought Sunday midnight. Question. You talked about a neighbor that assisted you guys with the car to take him to the hospital. What is the name of this neighbor? Answer. I know his full name, but we call him Abaga. Question. Apart from being a neighbor, did he have any form of relationship with the deceased? Answer. No. Question. Who invited the neighbor to assist? Answer. I was not present. I went to get drip, and when I came, I saw him trying to drive out, and I saw other people outside. Question. As at the time he was being taken to the hospital, had you reached out to his father? Answer. I don't have the father's number. Question. You don't have an idea if the wife had reached out to the father or mother? Answer. I think Darusha did. Question again. You don't have an idea if the wife had reached out to the father or mother? Answer. I think Darusha did, because when we were about to leave the first hospital at Osapa, when they told us to take him...
Atuba.
Ènìyàn burú. Ẹ gbọ́ question tán béèrè lọ́wọ́ spending nípa paracetamol tán lọ rà ní.
Olóhùn lòún ra paracetamol kọ́ tí mo ṣe gòkè gan nìyẹn.
Yes, ní
ẹ bá Sunday sẹ́yìn díẹ̀.
Lóru Sunday táwọn people tán pariwo pé ibo náà lọ ní Sunday ṣe pé chemist ń ṣiṣẹ́ tán ní pé wọn ò sọ nípa ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé sọ́ọ̀sìn.
Ẹ bá aṣọ sẹ́yìn a ní spending ṣe òun yẹn máa gùn pa.
Gbogbo wọn ká CTC wọ́n ní wọ́n pé lọ́n follow. Ó ní burúkú táwọn àrífọwọ́ sọ fún wọn lọ́n follow.
Yà wọ́n ní wọ́n pé náà máa ń follow.
Kọ̀ọ̀kan tí wọ́n
ti ó sọ nínú CTC ń sìn.
Kò sí kankan nínú wọn, even gbogbo àwọn tó ń sòyìnbó pàràpàrà nínú wọn, kò sí kankan nínú wọn tó jókòó.
Kò sí kankan nínú wọn tó kà.
Ẹ dẹ̀ jẹ́ ká cut bẹ̀rẹ̀ ká post ẹ̀ kó lọ sórí
ìfún ọ̀rọ̀. Ó sọ́ọ̀sìn.
Uncle. How many minutes bẹ̀rẹ̀ jẹ́?
A ní láti debunk nǹkan kan mọ́ jàre, kọ́ máa tún máa pariwo èèyàn tó sọ̀rọ̀, kọ́ máa sunkún wọn kiri ọ̀rọ̀ wọn orí social media ló end sí. We can post it, I understand, yeah, we can post it big sis. We should not just give the relevancy on top any nonsense, but we can post it, so it's not a problem.
Mi torí orí burúkú tí Sam Larry ẹ sọ ni mo ṣe ń play pé gbogbo rọ́ọ̀ṣì tó ń pa.
Ní ẹ̀kọ́ tí mo ṣe request
kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ wá di ojú mi ńgbà náà, kí ló dé?
Spending náà ló ti lọ
mi kẹ́ máa sùn, ìgbà tí n bá sùn àti ìgbà tí n bá sùn ni, kí ló dé gan-an?
Ó wá tún lóhun ṣe fẹ́
ọlọ́kọ̀ níbi ìyàwó ẹ̀ mú ń sìn yìí o, tí bá bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Bámi náà ní òun sprinkle water sójú Mohbad.
We've seen before, that was the sprinkle of water. Kò sí ìwọ̀n ọ̀dà mi lé anybody lórí, wọ́n sprinkle omi ni. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ wọ́n dá mi lé lórí tó ń pariwo yẹn.
Ẹ kó ti ṣàlàyé sí pé òun sprinkle.
Wọ́n máa bì kán wọ́n mi sí lójú, nǹkan tán náà ṣe nìyẹn. Tó ń sọ bí ìgbà pé wọ́n gbé báàfù omi, wọ́n sókè báàfù.
Nípa wọ́n sọ sínú odò.
CTC ta la ń kà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ṣe ti spending àbí.
Bámi ló ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Okay.
Are you aware of the cloth that was soaked with blood in the house? Answer. Oh yeah. The cloth was not soaked with blood. It was the bed sheet that he slept on that Sunday night. Again. Question. This is on page 91. Are you aware of the cloth that was soaked with blood in the house? Answer. The cloth was not soaked with blood. It was the bedsheet that he slept on that Sunday night. Question. It was the bedsheet he slept on, and by the time he woke up on the next day, it was drenched with blood. Answer. It was not drenched with blood, just little patches of blood. When somebody sleeps and move, blood will stain everywhere. Question. So when he slept Monday night to Tuesday, was it that same bed sheet he slept on? Answer. I have no idea, because it was on that same day he died that I saw the bed sheet. Question. That you saw that it was soaked with blood? Answer. Yes. Question. You were the one that actually placed the call to the nurse? Answer, I called his personal nurse, but she wasn't available. So Spending reached out to the nurse to come, but she said she could not come that same day and she will come the next day. So Spending was leaving our side and he dropped the number that I should keep in touch. Again, you were the one that actually placed a call to the nurse. Answer, I called his personal nurse, but she wasn't available. So Spending reached out to the nurse to come, but she said she could not come that same day and she will come the next day. So Spending was leaving our side and he dropped the number that I should keep in touch. Question, so you were the one that called the nurse that led to her coming? Answer, yes, I sent her the address to start coming. Question, who gave him the food that he vomited and the Panadol? Answer, Adra gave him the food. Question, what of the Panadol? Answer, it was the one I bought Sunday midnight. Question, you talked about a neighbor that assisted you guys with the car to take him to the hospital. What is the name of this neighbor? Answer, I know his full name, but we call him Abaga. Question, apart from being a neighbor, did he have any form of relationship with the deceased? Answer, no. Question, who invited the neighbor to assist? Answer, I was not present. I went to get drip, and when I came, I saw him trying to drive out, and I saw other people outside. Question, as at the time he was being taken to the hospital, had you reached out to his father? Answer, I don't have the father's number. Question, you don't have an idea if the wife had reached out to the father or mother? Answer, I think Darusha did. Question again, you don't have an idea if the wife had reached out to the father or mother? Answer, I think Darusha did, because when we were about to leave the first hospital at Osapa, when they told us to take him away, we reached out to people who were coming to meet us there, that don't come to the hospital, that we were already going home. This is page 93. Question, was Darusha with you guys at the house when the nurse came to administer the injection? Answer, Darusha was not around. He met us at the first hospital. Question. So this one is for Yomi Fabi. Who suggested the first hospital? This for Yomi Fabi. Who suggested the first hospital? Answer, the neighbor, because it was close by. So, Yomi Fabi, you said you went to one hospital that it was closer than Kuramed. So it was the neighbor that was carrying that suggested that like Agbelosi Kuramed. Let's continue. Question, who suggested the first hospital? Answer, the neighbor, because it was close by. Question, but you said you were not there when the neighbor was called upon. Answer, I made them carrying him and I helped them put him inside the car and I entered the car. Question, does the wife usually attend shows with the deceased as well? Answer, it depends, once in a while. Question, when was the last time she attended a show with him aside from this Ikorodu show? Answer, I can't remember. Question, how many have you attended and she was present? Answer, about 3. Question, you told this court that when the nurse got there, you were the one that went upstairs to wake the deceased up when he was asleep. Was he in the normal state when you woke him up? Answer, yes, normal state. Question, as at the time you woke him up, did he complain of any pain? Answer, no. All you people, Paparano saying he was in severe pain. He was in agonizing pain, excruciating pain. That's the answer for you. I'm going to read it again. Let's continue. I'm going to read it again. Question, you told this court that when the nurse got there, you were the one that went upstairs to wake the deceased up when he was asleep. Was he in the normal state when you woke him up? Answer, yes, normal state. Question, as at the time you woke him up, did he complain of any pain? Answer, no. Question. Do you know what could have led to that? Was it as a result of the first aid that was administered to him? Answer, I don't know. He did not say anything. I just went to wake him up that the nurse is here, and he stood up and went to his room. Question. Was he still bleeding then? And profusely. Was he still bleeding then? Answer, he was not bleeding. This is him. He was not bleeding. Question. When you guys got home on Monday, Prime Boy came to the house. Am I right? Answer, no. Question. You were not aware that Prime Boy came to the house after the fight? Answer, he did not come on Monday. Question. You were not aware that he came on Monday and was chased back? Answer, I was in the house throughout. He did not come. One try that to whine. Question. If you are saying he was in his normal state on Monday, what were the activities that he participated in? Answer, he was just in his room. I was asleep. I was asleep. He was just in his room. I was asleep. Question. Who was in the room with him? Answer, his wife. Question. So his wife was with him all through Monday? Answer, yes. Question. The wife was with him at the event as you earlier stated, and the wife was also present during the fight with him and Prime Boy? Answer, yes. The wife was there when he was administered first aid? Answer, yes. Question. His wife was also present when he was sleeping as well as when he was rushed to the car? Answer, yes. We went to the first and second hospital together. Question. She was also present when Darusha and JJ were taking him to the second hospital? Answer, yes. Basically, the wife was question. Basically, the wife was present throughout the chain of these events from the 10th to the 13th? Answer, yes. Question. Can you tell us how the deceased's neck came about broken? Are you aware of that? During the burial when he was being put in the coffin? Answer, I was not aware. I saw it online. Question. So during that course of events when he was being taken to the hospital on a bike, his neck was not broken? Answer, yes. Question. In the house, his neck was not broken? Answer, yes. Question. His father told this honorable court that apart from the one he had on the hand, he also had another one on the knuckle. Answer, I don't know about that. Question. I made a video about it and sent it to the nurse that was coming to treat him. Okay, sorry, I don't know about that. I made a video about it and sent it to the nurse that was coming to treat him. Question. That means you only showed the video of this hand? Answer, not up and down. Question, my lord, that will be all. Cross-examination by Mr. A.A. George. Question. Sultan, I want you to introduce yourself to us, your name, your age, where you live, and what you've been doing with. Answer. My name is Ajishebiri Sultan Ayobami. I'm a DJ and I've been DJing since 2020. Question. How old are you? Answer. 23 years. Question. You were born when? Answer. February 8th, year 2000. Question. Your school and everything? Answer. I finished from Jola's private school at Lagos Island. I went to Yaba Tech where I finished my ND. Question. In what discipline? Answer. Mass comm. Since I finished my ND, I have been pursuing my DJ career. Question. What year did you finish ND? Answer. 2021. Question. Your parents? Answer. My dad doesn't live in Nigeria. He's abroad and my mom stays in Lagos. Question. How many siblings? Answer. I have about 6 siblings from both mother's side and father's side, and altogether 6. Question. That is including you? Answer. Yes. Question. You lived all your life in Lagos Island? Answer. Not just Lagos Island. I stayed in Ogun State, Songo, and from there to Lagos Island. Question. You've known the deceased before 2018, but you reunited with him in 2018. Answer. I met him in 2018. Question. Your first time ever? Answer. Yes, in 2018. Question. In your paragraph 2, it is a fact-finding session as read. I went everywhere with the deceased till the day he died. You'll have to tell us everywhere you went with the deceased since the day he died since 2018. Answer. Not in 2018. Since last November, I started working with him, for him already. Question. What dealings did you have with the deceased from 2018 till last year you started working together? Answer. We met in 2018 and went to a show into each other. Question. Where was he living in 2018? Answer, I just met him as an artist that sings. Question, which event did you meet him? Answer, I have a friend that sings also and was also his friend, and when I went to visit him at Pangrove, and that was where I met Mohbad. Question, what was that friend's name? Answer, Atis. Question, 2019, what did you do with the deceased? Answer, one time in 2019, he called me that he had a show in Unilag and I was a student of Yabate. And he said he would like us to go together and we went together. Question, 2020. Answer, that was when he was signed in Malian and we were not in contact. Question, you were a disc jockey and anytime the deceased had an event, what role did you play? What role do you? Answer, I play his music for his performance and set his playlist for the show. Question, he can do voiceover on his music. Answer, yes, when he goes to the show, I will play his music, then he will sing along. Question, do you know much about his costume? How does he dress? Answer, he has different stylists that comes. Question, do you know his fashion designer? Who kicks him up? Who is his tailor? Answer, there are different tailors, different people that comes. Question, you are aware of the year that he signed in the Naira Marley label? Answer, yes, I think 2020. Question, but you know he signed on to Naira Marley? Answer, yes. Question, you did not go with him? Answer, no. Question, but you said you went everywhere with him? Answer, we went everywhere since I started working for him. That was last year, November. Question, he had signed on with Naira Marley before he started working for him? Answer, he had left Naira Marley before I started working for him. Question, do you know the terms of his agreement on the Naira Marley label? Answer, I don't know. Question, June this year, was that your first time of meeting Naira Marley and Sam Larry? Answer, yes, that was my first time seeing them. Question, but you knew them, you've seen them before online? Answer, yes. Question, and that was when they gave you the beating of your life. That Sam Larry beat you mercilessly? Answer, yes. Question, you said soon after you got to the club, they left the club. Do you know the reason why they left? Answer, I don't know the reason why they left the club. I saw them leaving the club. Question, what was the event going on in that club? Answer, a normal club party. Question, was the deceased supposed to perform at the party? Answer, we just went there for fun. Question, I wanted to know if at that party the deceased was already going against the terms of his agreement with the Naira Marley label. Answer, we went inside the club like normal people would go to club. Question, when you got to the club, Naira Marley and Sam Larry were already seated? Answer, yes. Question, the deceased and yourself went to greet them? Answer, no. Question, where was your friend Diara? Was he not inside the club with you? Answer, yes, he was there with us. Question, all of a sudden you did not see him. Was he kidnapped? Answer, we were together and everybody was having fun and suddenly we didn't see him around us. And Mohbad told one of us to check on him outside. And that one saw him outside and came back to inform us that Sam Larry is beating him outside. Question, who else was there beating him? Was Naira Marley there? Answer, Naira Marley was not there. Question, then you were beaten and you ran? Answer, yes. Question, shortly before, some days before the deceased died, September, was also an encounter at Zlatan's shoot. Answer, that was 4 days after the club beating. Question, it was Sam Larry again that came and scattered the whole place? Answer, yes. Question, what exactly was the relationship between Sam Larry and Naira Marley? Answer, I don't know. I just see them together online. Question, does Sam Larry have any connection with the contracts that the deceased signed with Naira Marley? Answer, I don't know. Question, you ran because you had been beaten earlier. Why are you here today? Who asked you to come here today? Answer, my lawyer. Question, you have some bitterness against Sam Larry. He has beaten you before and you are not happy with him? Answer, not heads up and down. Question, do you have any bitterness against Naira Marley as well? Answer, no, I don't have any business. We have never met. Question, but you have deep-rooted bitterness against Sam Larry? Answer, yes, because he beat me. Question, all these beatings, did you ever report at any police station? Answer, me, Mohbad and Darisha went to the police station at Adeniji and we went to Sam Larry's house to ask for him. Question, will I be correct to say that this is an opportunity for you to nail Sam Larry for the beating he gave you? Answer, I do not understand what you are saying. Question, what you are saying here, is it as a result of the bitterness you have against Sam Larry, or you are saying the plain truth as it is? Answer, I am saying the plain truth. That is the way it is. Question, when you went to the police station, you wrote statements? Answer, I did not write any statement. We spoke to the police and explained what happened. Question, you went to Sam Larry's house and you did not find him, yourself and the deceased? Answer, no, myself, Adura, and the deceased. Question, you did not write any statement and the policeman escorted you and you did not find him there. Who did you meet at home? Answer, I was not at the scene. When we got to the scene, myself and Adura was to the point that is Sam Larry's house. Question, both of you did not make any statements at the police station? Answer, I don't know if Mohbad did. Question, when my lord asked me to stand up the first time, I said you were very critical to this inquiry. I want you to give us a detailed account of your movements, especially you did 2-3 days before 10th of September. Answer, I can only remember 9th of September when he called Prime Boy to come to the island and he came at night. There were stylists in the house. Question, that night you were already with the deceased in his house before Prime Boy came? Answer, yes. Did you live in the same house with the deceased? Answer, yes. We lived together since November 2022. Question, so you don't know any incidents in October 2022? Answer, no. Question, all you know is from November? Answer, yes. Question, where were you on the 7th of September? Answer, probably in the house. Question, 8th of September, where were you? Answer, probably in the house. Question, with the deceased? Answer, yes. Question, you said on the 9th, Prime Boy came around 9 p.m. Answer, yes. What time did you take off for the events in October on Sunday 10th? Answer, we left the house around 2 o'clock. We ordered one Prado and it left before us. And Mohbad told me to order another Prado. And the first one left around 2 and we left around 3:30. Question, you left with the deceased? Answer, no. Question, which of the two Prados did you go with? Answer, the second one. Question, and the deceased left with the first one. What time did you go to Ikorodu? Answer, we got to Ikorodu in the evening around 6-7. Question, what time was the show supposed to start? Answer, it was supposed to start by 4, I think, but it started when we got there around 8-9. Question, where was the deceased between 6 and 9 p.m.? Answer, he was inside the Prado with his wife. Question, can you tell us the address of this event? Answer, Ikorodu Town Hall. Question, and he sat in the car for 3 hours? Answer, yes, we were around him. Question, eating, drinking? Answer, yes, eating, drinking. Question, what kind of drink? Answer, we drank the general bitters. Question, that was the only thing he took? Answer, yes. Question, do you know whether he took anything to enhance him in the performance? Answer, he doesn't. Question, you said the event ended around midnight. Answer, I didn't check the time the event ended, but it was close to midnight. Question, tell us step by step, the deceased finished the performance, dropped the microphone, and you were in the hall. Tell me what happened. Answer, we went backstage and that was where the car was parked. Question, that was around what time? Answer, I didn't look at the time, and when we were in the car, area boys moved close and wanted to collect money, and we're trying to sort them, and we're trying to move away from there so they don't attack us. And the driver drove the Prado to where other Prados were parked because we did not go with security and security was there. So we drove there and we could not go out again from there. So we had to wait for them to finish the show so all of us can go together. And while we were doing that, Mohbad was in the car and I was in the other Prado with the other boys talking. Sometime we came down from the car to watch other artists performing. Question, so the two Prado cars moved together? Answer, the one Mohbad was in moved to where other Prados were, and when I saw that one go there, I told the other one to follow him there. Question, so the two cars were in the same location? Answer, we were stuck there, we could not move. Question, what happened? Oh yeah. Please, I need people to listen carefully now. This is page 108. Spending said Mohbad was fighting everybody. So let's confirm from Bami's statement. Please listen. This page 108. Answer, we were stuck there, we could not move. Question, what happened? Answer, Mo wanted to leave the show and he was angry. Let's go. Question, you don't know what time of the day it was. Answer, it was in the evening around 12:01. Question, why do you think the deceased wanted to go home at that time of the day? Answer, that is how we do. When we go to shows, we go home immediately. Question, could it be that he was already intoxicated? I'm very sorry to say, I have a lot of respect for the deceased. Answer, no, he wasn't. Question, go on. Answer, we were stuck and we could not move. And when we were waiting, I was in the other car with the other boys, and he came down and came to me, and he was angry that what are we doing here, and that he wants to go home. Then he went back to the car. While I was going to my own Prado, I saw him come down from his own Prado, from his own side. Question, which side? Answer, the passenger side at the back. And he opened it and went back to the driver's side back. Question, right hand side? Answer, we were stuck there. Okay, right hand side. Answer, yes. Then went to the left side at the back where Prime Boy was sitting. And when I saw him going there, he was trying to hit him. And I called the other people in the other Prado that Mohbad is fighting with his friend, and everybody came down. Question, fighting with Prime Boy? Answer, yes. This is page 109. Yes. And I called others to come because he was angry at me for still allowing us to be at that show. So when I saw him trying to fight him, I could not go near him. I was scared. So I called others so they can help him. And by the time we got there, the glass was already broken. Question, which glass was broken? Answer, the glass of the Prado. Question, rear screen, side? Answer, the side, the last one on the back, the left-hand side. Question, he did not wind it up? Answer, the other side that doesn't wind up. Question, so it was broken? How? Answer, I don't know how. I got there and saw it was broken. Question, what state was the deceased when the glass was broken? Answer, he was standing and angry, and we were trying to pull him back not to fight. Question, did you see any injury at that moment? Answer, no, it was until we got home. Question, are you saying it was the broken glass that caused an injury on the arm of the deceased? This page 110 now. Answer, yes. Question, you can say emphatically so? Answer, yes. Again, page 110, I'm starting again. Are you saying it was the broken glass that caused an injury on the arm of the deceased? Answer, yes. Can you say emphatically so? Answer, yes. Question, where was Prime Boy at that moment? Answer, he came out of the car from the same side he was sitting. We already pulled Mohbad so he could come out, and we pursued him away. Again, where was Prime Boy at that moment? Answer, he came out of the car from the same side he was sitting. We already pulled Mohbad so he could come out, and we pursued him away. Question, it was after you put the deceased back that the glass broke? Answer, it was when we got there we saw the glass was broken already. Question, the glass was broken as Prime Boy was still seated? Answer, yes. The door was opened and Prime Boy was sitting, and Mo was standing like they were having arguments and shouting at each other. Question, you couldn't pick any words in the altercation? Answer, I can't remember. Question, go on. Answer, we moved Mo away and told Prime Boy to leave the scene. We took Mohbad to his Prado, and not long after the fight, the other Prado moved and everybody got into their Prado and left. Question, apart from the driver of the Prado, who else was in the same car with the deceased? Answer, Darusha, Prime Boy, his wife, Spending. Question, despite the fight, he still entered the same car? Answer, Prime Boy did not go back with us. He stays at Ikorodu. Question, you don't know exactly what time you got to the house? Answer, the house. Question, where exactly is the house? Answer, Orchard Road. What time did you get there? Answer, I can't remember. I didn't check the time. Question, it was still dark. Answer, it was in the midnight. Question, the two Prado cars got home together. Answer, yes. Question, the deceased came out of the first car. Answer, yes. Question, you came out. Answer, yes. Question, do you stay in the same room in the house? Answer, no, we do not sleep in the same room. Question, you sleep in a different room? Answer, yes. Question, but you went inside. Answer, yes. Question, please tell us what he wore to the show at Ikorodu. Answer, he wore a white top and a black trouser and a shoe, but by the time we got home, he already pulled his top. Question, was it long sleeve or short sleeve? Answer, short sleeve. Question, did you see the top again? Was it stained? Answer, it was stained with blood, but West washed it the next day. Question, so he got home and slept that day? Answer, yes. Question, so what time did you see him again? We are now on Monday. Answer, yes, on Monday. It was later in the night. He came outside of the room, went to the kitchen and came to the parlor. I was watching movie and eating, and he said his hand was paining him. And I was like, we could not get a nurse today. And I have been trying to get nurse, that tomorrow the nurse will come again. So what time did you see him again? We are now on Monday. For those people that said that in the CTC, maybe Adra or anybody said that anybody that saw Mohbad on Monday alive is saying a lie. Oh yeah, this is page 112. Yeah, okay. So what time did you see him again? We are now on Monday. Yes, on Monday. It was later in the night. He came outside of the room, went to the kitchen and came to the parlor. I was watching movie and eating, and he said his hand was paining him. And I was like, we could not get a nurse today. And I've been trying to get nurse, that tomorrow the nurse will come. Question, was it dripping of blood? Answer, little by little, but it was not rushing like that. Question, did he bandage it? Answer, no, he just left it. Question, he just left it like that? Answer, yes. Question, he came out at night? Answer, yes. Question, did you enter his room? Answer, no. Question, it was the following day you entered, Tuesday, and that was when you noticed the bedspread was blood-stained? Answer, it was after we came back home after the death that I saw the clothes. Question, there was a time you went to wake him up when the nurse came on Tuesday? Answer, yes. Question, he has slept all night and you woke him up. He has slept with the injury not treated. Are you sure you woke him up, or he actually fainted and somehow he woke up? Answer, I woke him up. He was asleep. Before the nurse came, he called me, and when I got there, he was like, don't worry. Then I went back downstairs. So Mohbad talked to somebody on Tuesday. This is on page 113. The court, I would like to ask that the journey to Ikorodu, you were coming from where, or where were you coming from? Answer, from Orchid. From Orchid, we went to VI, opposite 4 Points. We went to meet the host of the show. The court, on which day? Answer, the day of the show. You said, I said the first Prado left. They went to VI to meet the host of the show while we were waiting for the other Prado. And when the other Prado came, we went to join them at VI, and from there we moved to Ikorodu. The court, from VI to Ikorodu, was there any stop? Was there any other stop? Answer, they tried to stop when they told Prime Boy to come to our own car because the other one was choked, and I think we missed each other because it was a long convoy and we could not catch up. So he said we should not worry, that we should go. So those people that said they stopped on Third Land Bridge, that's the reason. Prime Boy Lord join the car Mohbad. Okay. Again, this is on page 114. From VI to Ikorodu, was there any other stop? They tried to stop when they told Prime Boy to come to our own car because the other one was choked. So there was no other stopover. Answer: no. The court: you came straight to the town hall in Korodu and it was inside the Prado Jeep till the show started. Answer: yes. Mr. A.A. George: spending. You said he is not an artist, just another friend. Answer: not heads up and down. Question by Mr. A.A. George: is he connected to Sam Larry? Answer: I don't know. Question: is he related to Naira Marley? Answer: he's not related. The court: the night prior to the show, where did the deceased sleep? Answer: he slept in his wife's room. Question by Mr. A.A. George. Paragraph 24. The nurse told you she had to get a drip. Where was the wife all this while? Okay, please listen on. This is on page 115. Hey. Okay, page 115. Please listen. Mr. A.A. George, paragraph 24. The nurse told you that she had to get a drip. Where was the wife all this while? Answer: she was at the scene, crying and trying to look for help. Question: was the baby there? Answer: yes, she carried the child. The child was there when they were giving injection. Question: my lord, that will be all for the witness. David Nowola want to ask the time interval between the period of the time the nurse came in to administer the injection and he went out and the nurse left, and the same time interval he came back and he saw the deceased lying outside. Just the time interval. The court: he is asking the time the nurse came in to the time they rushed the deceased out of the house. How long? About an hour, like past 2 to 3, 3:30 to past 4. That we took him to the hospital. That was like an hour or two, like from the house to the hospital. The court: is that all for the witness? Question: you said in your testimony that the disease was bleeding from Ikorodu to Orchid. You mean blood was coming out? Answer: I was not in the car, but when we got home, he was bleeding. Question: the blood was coming out of his body? Answer: yes. The court: was it rushing or drop by drop? Answer: it was dropping. Question: you said you stay in the same house with the deceased. Were you always at the gate? Whoever comes into the house? Answer: I'm not always at the gate. The court: there's no ambiguity in that. If he had seen a person, he would say he had seen. If not, he would say he had not seen. Mr. T. Olawale, apart from this issue, do you have any issue with Naira Marley or Sam Larry? The court: I think that question too has been asked. He said, I do not have any issue with Sam Larry because he has not beaten me. Mr. T. Olawale, whenever you travel in convoy, what is the means of communication between one vehicle and the other? Answer: phone call. Question: that will be all, Your Honor. The court: witness, you are discharged. Your next witness, who do you want to call? Okay, so that is it from page 60 something to page 116. Oluwa.
Right.
Let's thank Mr. Dawa one more time. Oh, the driver CTC.
Mo ló fẹ́ gba glory. Mo kí ló kọ́ mi. Mo sọ fún yín pé
àwọn onírúurú Olúwa ló ní glory jàrejà. Ọlá glory.
Ọlọ́mọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo yín kẹ́ gba nọ́mbà kẹ́ gba lámbà ara yín ni.
Ó ti dé pẹ̀lú
Oní. Òǹjọ́lá.
Ó yẹ bá mi drop ẹ̀jẹ̀ máa rí.
Yóò yẹ bí yẹn bá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo ilé ẹ̀kọ́
sọ ibi tó ti ṣe kọ́ sọ.
People are saying thank you.
Ṣé o kọ́ dárúkọ wa? Ọ dárúkọ bẹ̀ láti jọjọ. Ọ dárúkọ ni. Ṣèbí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì nìkan lọ́mọ bú. Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì nìkan lọ́mọ criticize.
But wait, hold on. Madam Bonjola, ṣé ẹni yẹn pathologist tó wá yẹn ṣé kò introduce ara ẹ̀ kó sọ ibi tó ti wá ni?
Yes, Lásù ló introduce. Mo ń bọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ lọ gbéwò yẹn wá mo kọ́lẹ̀ mo ń bọ̀. Lásù ló ti wá. Ó ní Lásù are worldwide.
Lagos State Teaching Hospital ló ti ṣe. Ṣé kì í ṣe private ni?
Can you imagine?
Àní junior assistant tó kọ́ ṣe tàkọ́kọ́ ni sà.
I don't understand. Private autopsy alọ́ba.
Wọ́n ti gẹ́ ti gbóyin.
Tó sọ fún wa pọ́n lọ ṣe láàbùrọ̀d má kókó lọ ti lọ ṣe.
Ẹ̀fẹ̀ ní sí, mo ń jọlá.
Ẹ dúró náà kò tí ì yé mi, bóyá mi ò gbọ́ dáadáa. Private autopsy pẹ̀lú LASU address. What does that one got to do with LASU address?
Ìyá Deeper Life yẹn ń kọ́ àgbọ̀n kan lẹ́nu ẹ̀ ní kílẹ̀ bí wọ́n máa ń ṣàdúrà tó ń ṣe pé pọ̀.
No, ẹ̀mí ṣì ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Ẹ̀pọ̀n nìyá jókòó tì.
No, ẹ̀mí ṣì ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀mí.
Ẹ̀pọ̀n lọ jókòó tì jàre lọ́nìyá yẹn pa.
Ẹ̀pọ̀ pátákópa. Ìyá ẹ̀wọ̀ pátákópa lọ́dún. Ó kọ́ ẹ̀mí mọ́.
I don't understand.
Holy Spirit lájọjọ wọ́n pátákópa.
I don't understand private autopsy and LASU.
Ọ̀nà gbẹ kan sí ọgbẹ́ result débẹ̀ wọn ò sí result. Wọn ò jẹ́ ní ọmọ báyìí dẹ̀ ni.
Mo ń jọ lọ́lúwa. Wọ́n ti gbé yín dénú rà báyìí o. Ẹ wá fẹ́ yẹ ẹsẹ̀. Wọ́n fẹ́ yẹ ẹsẹ̀ jáde nù rà.
Sàmú Jojo. Go where we no know.
Sàmú Jojo. Sàmú Jojo.
Sàmú Jojo sì ń bí. Àwọn ọ̀dà wọn sì ń pè.
Ó ti lọ.
Ẹ jẹ́ wá àwọn comment section.
Ṣé kò yẹ kí bàbá ṣe ṣe live video?
Níbo wọn ò lè jáde.
Wọ́n sọ pé òkè o.
Pìtìpìtì ayé fún bàbá.
Mr.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́lọ́.
Ìgbà tó ka ti gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì, bàbá ń ṣẹ́ mi lójú bíi bèbí báyìí ni. Ìgbà tó ka ti tiẹ̀, kò lè ṣẹ́ mi lójú o. Lójú bàbá gbẹ lọ.
Ìgbà tó wọ́n tó tó gbélẹ̀.
Ojú bàbá ti dá pa ó.
Ṣáàmà ẹni tó fẹ́ ka ọ́tọ́sì àbí kíní fún wọn. Ó ń gbé pálíbọ̀ ìgbà tó fẹ́ wá tẹja dídí ní odò.
Mo kú o.
But wait.
Ẹyin ò fẹ́ tó bá ní fún ìwé.
Nǹkan tẹ̀mí fẹ́ mọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí ì sọ. Ń bo ó introduce rẹ̀ láti láàbù wo, láti ọ́fíìsì wo, nǹkan tẹ̀mí fẹ́ mọ̀ nìyẹn.
Ẹ má mọ̀ very soon.
Ṣáàmà kò tí ì yé yín. Europe ti di LASU báyìí. Europe ti di LASU.
Ẹ mọ̀ pé yẹn ń sìn wọ́n ní àwọn bíi márùn-ún ló reject. So eléyìí wọ́n fẹ́ sọ bí tó ti wá.
Jáde lọ ṣe ló jábọ̀ pé ẹ̀ lè lọ ṣe lábẹ́ ọ̀hún ṣá. Ilé ayé yìí náà lè ti ṣe.
Àwọn tó protest tìjọba wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ protest eléyìí o wàhálà máa ṣẹlẹ̀ o.
A ní mo gún wọn gbẹ́dú dákẹ́ bí ìbàdí ọ̀pọ̀ gún wọn lábẹ́rẹ́ wèrè ni.
If justice for Mohbad movement people will be very fair and just, we all criticize government autopsy. What stops everybody, all the hosts, to be criticizing
àwọn náà ṣáàmà. Àwọn pípọ̀ yìí. Àwọn burúkú làwọn eléyìí. Àwọn eléyìí gan le ju yahoo ńlá lọ.
Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ criticize bàbá ń bẹ̀.
Mr. Yomi, àwọn àgbà le ju yahoo lọ.
Bọ́dá Yomi, ajá àdìgbòlugi gan tẹ bá gbọ́ ohun ẹ̀ bó ṣe rí. Àṣọ lè jẹ́ ń tù.
Kàtó làjà
the consequence of that ni pé ègún burúkú ń bọ̀ lórí gbogbo àwọn tó mọ̀ pé kìnìún yẹn bó ṣe rí nìyẹn tó lè fi tó fi ibi tí wọ́n bá ti gba ègún
àti ó
sì padà affect àwọn ọmọ àtàwọn fúnra wọn.
tó bá ti ṣorí burúkú tó ṣàbọ̀dé tó ṣe ibi nínú justice yìí ibi gbogbo kó máa bá onítọ̀hún.
Kí lẹ rò pé èpè sí bàbá yẹn ṣe? Orí àwọn wo lẹ rò bó ti wọ́n máa ṣe báyìí? Bàbá yẹn ti gbé wọn ṣépè already. Ẹni pàtẹ́rù ọ̀tọ́ sí tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ.
Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ṣe gbogbo alápariwo ẹni ilé ṣe tiẹ̀ everybody dẹ̀ dákẹ́.
Àní bàbá yẹn ti ṣe ìpèsè kí ni ọ́díò yẹn ó dùn pé kò play lánàá ó wà lórí péjì
agbára Ọlọ́run bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn.
fún àbí kí lórúkọ yẹn woman tó tóbi yẹn.
Èwo tó ní woman tó tóbi. Ok ṣáà àwọn tó fẹ́ arrest èèyàn kọ́.
Fọ́jọ́.
Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa tá.
Okay, ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ ló bọ̀. Okay. So irú yẹn mo gbọ́ gbogbo èpè bó ṣe gbọ́ kí ní yẹn lánàá lè mi ò gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀. Tí bàbá yẹn ló sọ pé wọ́n ṣe ewédú. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá yẹn wá gbọ́ gbogbo èpè tọ́ṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀. Meanwhile gbogbo èpè yẹn mo fẹ́ wò ó tí wọn bá ti bọ́ta sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀.
Kẹ́sàkì ajẹ́pẹ́ alábòsí máa ṣe fọ́tò pẹ̀ tó bá ti bọ́ta sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Alábòsí lẹni yẹn gbà yẹn.
Kí á máa ilé ìjàbò sí lọ.
Mo sọ ń gbà yẹn mo ní ẹ ṣe máa rán ìrànṣẹ́ tí ò ní fi nǹkan tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ hàn yìí. Wọ́n ní lọ́yà Òdúmọ́sù ó ṣe kìíní kan.
Ẹjọ́ ẹ bá support break the silence o, a ní a lot of rally o. Wọ́n ti gbé wa ń gogo àwa náà fẹ́ jà ọ́ ẹjọ́ yín tẹ́ ti dá 30 million ẹ̀ báyìí kó sí ilé ẹjẹ́ ká ṣe lé let's not fight for that one ẹjọ́ wọ́n ti gbé wa ń gogo ẹjọ́.
Bọ́lá Àjọlá ṣé bí 30 million ṣe máa wọlé lóye nìyẹn.
Ó ti há.
Ẹ lọ fi ọ̀fọ̀ pé jáde máa.
Bíbá mo ti lọ. Ó ti lọ. Bíbá sọ pé ó ti lọ.
Irọ́.
Ayọ̀mí ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
Wọ́n ti pín gbogbo àwọn bẹ́ńkì kan wọ́n ti gbà owó.
Mọ́mí Àjọlá. Bọ́ọ̀.
Ṣé ẹ lè bèrè 30 million?
Bọ́ọ̀. Ẹ káàárọ̀, Mr. Ayọ̀mí ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ìyá mi ẹ káàárọ̀. Ṣé 30 million wọlé omi gbé lọ ni?
Mr. Ayọ̀mí ẹ wo ẹ fi ti Mohbad sílẹ̀.
Ejò lómi.
Ejò jẹ́
Àwọn lè gbọ́ ju National Assembly Nàìjíríà lọ.
Ìsàyọ̀mí ló bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ fọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad sílẹ̀ Ìsàyọ̀mí.
Ó ń dá oyè dé pé ìdákù.
Ẹ fọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad sílẹ̀ èèyàn bọ́ ní attention yín fún iṣẹ́. Mo bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ mí. Ẹ fọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad sílẹ̀ náà.
No. Nígbà ibi ìbá ìkọ́lẹ̀ tìjọba wa ṣe.
Ẹ jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ náà.
Ẹ jẹ́ sùúrù ẹ má bínú náà.
Máa kó sí òmu yìí o. Wọ́n ti ní pé ẹ̀yin máa ń sunkún látàdọ̀ bí omi ni. You see everything online, Bisola. What happened now?
Me discuss mo need attention wọn ní private mi ni me discuss mẹ́sàn fún wọn ni.
Send the message to him.
Kọ́ tí mo fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn màá ilé ẹ má bínú ẹ má gé mi ẹjọ́ tó lọ́ọ́ mi discuss.
Aláǹkọ Gaza wọn ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn tí.
We be shit that day now.
My sister, you understand? Mo need attention wọn lọ́dọ̀ mi sọ fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ̀. Ṣé ti yé?
Lọ́rẹ́tà wà yìí.
Mọ́mí Àjọlá, kí ló ń pa yín gbé? Àwọn ti kéje takíta kí ló ń pa yín gbé?
Ó dà pé omi ń pọ̀ lójú yín, àwọn tó na ọmọ ogun òkè, ẹ̀yin ló mi pọ̀ lójú ẹ̀.
Tẹ̀mẹ́kọ̀ kò sẹ́ni tí kìíní yóò wíìkì. Kò sẹ́ni abẹ́rẹ́ tó bá kọ̀ gbogbo rẹ̀. Kò sẹ́ni tí kìíní yóò wíìkì.
Introduction of
àwọn àtàwọn pé nǹkan tó máa bá jáde nìyẹn. German àwọn àtàwọn pé nǹkan tó máa bá jáde nìyẹn. Ó sì wíìkì wa.
Mr. Yomi ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń já yín ọjọ́ yẹn gangan mọ́mí Àjọlá ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin lọ́ọ̀yà yẹn ni mo jókòó sí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ dírẹ́bà yẹn dẹ̀ wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ní kóòtù lọ́jọ́ yẹn ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n tan AC.
Ọ̀tọ̀ AC sọ̀rọ̀ rà.
Lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́ni. Ó ń ṣe by the time tí dókítà yẹn máa fi dé padà ó ń làágùn bí ewúrẹ́ ni.
Jésù.
Ó yẹ kí ni?
Pàtọ́nù.
Kìrì ọgbọ́n ẹ má sọ padà. Ọgbọ́n ẹ má sọ padà.
Pàtọ́yọ̀ bí èdè jẹ́ kọ́sítọ́.
Ó ń làágùn. Pathologist wọn yẹn agùn bíi ewúrẹ́ ní sáà òkèrékè àbí tó kú ẹ̀ kí ló dé lè fa.
Pathologist ewédú ni Fábí Jójó.
Bóyá ó gbọ́ bọ́ọ̀sì dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Pathologist eléwédú ni.
Ṣẹ́rí tẹ́ bá.
Bàbá ẹ̀ kọ́ mọ̀ pé wọ́n tẹ́lú tó ń wá pa yìí ní agbára.
Lóyìn ní agbára.
Àdó Sami Jojo. Okay, Sami Jojo, you are in the court, abi?
Of course I was.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, mo fẹ́ béèrè few questions mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ jọ kẹ́ dá mi lóhùn. Ìgbà tí pathologist yẹn dé. Aṣa introduce rẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ bá mi sọ báwo ló ṣe introduce rẹ̀ from where láti bo how many years experience bó ló ti ṣiṣẹ́.
Now ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ lélẹ̀
My name is Mr. Okereke. I'm a consultant to LASO. I'm a pathologist.
Consultant to LASO.
I've been doing this. I studied in Europe. I've been. I'm
ẹ ti mọ̀ pé pathology yẹn ó ti ń tọ́jú wèrè tipẹ́.
Wait, let Sam Jojo go over again. I'm a consultant here in Gomubo.
Yeah, only I'm a consultant. I'm a consultant. I'm a consultant with Lagos State Teaching Hospital LASO. Clinical. I did my clinical in Europe. I've been.
Okay. Now hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. No, hold on, sir. Now he's a consultant to LASU, right? According to
yes.
Ṣé bàbá lọ́ba mọ̀ pé consultant LASU ni kó tó gbéṣẹ́ lé lọ́wọ́?
Now.
Power of attorney lè máa bèrè lọ́wọ́. Power of attorney. Bàbá ò ṣe power of attorney.
Because no, guys, Mojo, do you understand me? You want to consult a private autopsy. You need to know this person now is a consultant to Lagos State Hospital. Is that not government official?
Of course he is.
And you are giving your job to such a person. What result do you want to have?
Àní kí àwọn tó lọ protest ìjọba kọ́ lọ protest ìwádìí.
Man to wine is a junior colleague. CNTO Sheti government autopsy is a.
I don't have a problem with all of that. I don't have a problem with profession of anybody. But I look be iṣẹ́ lè lọ́wọ́. Don't you do your due diligence to know?
Chairman, àwọn ẹlẹ́wọ̀n fẹ́ lù mí ni. Kí ni tiwa?
No, tábà sọ̀rọ̀ wà. See, ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ tíbi tọrọ wà.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n àtàbúrò lọ gbé iṣẹ́ yẹn.
O fẹ́ ṣe private independent job. Ó yẹ kó bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó fẹ́ gbéṣẹ́ fún. O ti mọ̀ pé consultant Lagos State junior person to the original pathologist ó lè gbéṣẹ́ mi lọ́wọ́.
Lọ́nà tí fẹ́ lọ ṣe ni kí ló dé tó di LASU.
Mr. Chairman.
Lọ ṣe fún ẹ̀sùn tó ló pọ̀ ìyàtọ̀tọ̀ fún.
Ẹ̀kọ́ imagine tó bá jẹ́ pé NGO mi lẹ kó wá ẹ̀ fún. Ṣé o pé ẹ máa ti wo lẹ́tà kọ̀ọ̀kan tó wà ní break the silence lẹ máa gbé lọ court.
Now, so do you get what I'm saying now? You want to give a job to somebody. You didn't do your due diligence. Now you are fortunate to know that this person is a consultant to Lagos State University. And you expect a different result.
Let me tell you something. Chairman.
Hey, come on, man.
Chairman.
Mo wọ́n tí o, ọ̀nà àwọn òyìnbó tó fẹ́ wá ṣe ń gbà yẹn, wọ́n máa gbalé fún wọn ibi tó máa bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n tí àwọn máa gbalé fún wọn ibi tó máa dé sí.
Ọ̀nà gbalé kò yẹ kọ́nà máa gbalé fún wọn.
Ṣé òyìnbó máa fi LASU sí?
Àwọn alájà rí lédè sí.
Ọ̀nà kò hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì fún wọn. Bàbá lòun sanwó hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì.
Tọ́jú fún consultant LASU.
Ọ̀nà làwọn sanwó hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì fáwọn ọmọ.
Ó mà ṣe o.
Ọkùnrin ṣẹ̀gẹ́ náà lọ gbé wá ọkùnrin ṣẹ̀gẹ́.
Ẹ jẹ́ kó àárẹ̀ sí bàbá.
Let us Sami Jojo. You can see that evening.
Chairman, ẹ má bínú, ẹ dúró. Ẹ jẹ́ sáré explain kan. Ṣẹ̀rí bàtí màá yẹn wọlé kò yé yín. Tó ń ṣe. Mọ́mí Gbójú yẹn wá bíbá yìí. My name is Dr. Okereke. Yes, my lord. I'm a consultant to LASU. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Mo wà pissed off. Inú ẹ̀ ń bí mi burúkú. Iṣẹ́ lẹ́yìn tó ti sọ fún mi pé undetermined yẹn mi kọ́ anything about it because mo ti mọ̀ pé this one is a good radius to bad rubbish.
In English
19 ni pathologist 19.
In English language, what we call synonyms and antonyms. Okay? Yeah. Synonyms ni àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jọra wọn tó lọ in the same meaning. Ìgbà tí ọ̀gá ẹ̀ ti lo inconclusive. The synonym is
Thank you. Wọ́n kọ̀ bá yín wórúkọ tuntun fún yín.
I do not fault the pathologist. I don't have any business with pathologist or whatever he brings. I don't fault him. I fault the people.
Tí dárúkọ láàbù consultant lágbà. Kí lorúkọ company ṣé láàbù lásán lọ lónìí?
Kò mention láàbù sẹ́ from Lásùlò sọ at 20-something years fún ọ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ láàbù ẹ̀. Ó ní ó lo worldwide pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Ó lo worldwide pẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
Ọkọ̀ lórí worldwide. Olúwọlé worldwide.
What is worldwide?
Again, any game to play, and this game was a technical one. That's why I support.
Ẹ bá táàpù náà, ẹ táàpù kẹjú gift náà, kí ló dé? Ẹ ráwọ̀ àgbààgbà lókè ni, ẹ jọ náà.
Mo rí lè gbé fún gbogbo wọn tó lọ sí Quest lọ́jọ́ yẹn. I give my card.
Ẹ jẹ́ bá pàtẹ́wọ́ fún mọ́mì, ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fúnra yín.
Ó dàbẹ̀ ṣe lọ bójú ara yín.
Game tó play nílé, Mr. Yomi. Ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n ti lọ sọ pé wọ́n máa tẹ̀sán wọn, wọ́n máa gbé wọn kan, wọ́n máa gbé wọn, wọ́n máa gbé wọn. So they created fear into people. Kò yé yín, wọ́n create fear yẹn because they themselves knew what was going to happen. So wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ pé àwọn nìkan lọ́wọ́ máa wá sọ information nǹkan tí pathologist kà.
Wọ́n wá yí mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́.
Wọ́n wá yí mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́. Èmájì pé ẹni mọ́lì ò sí bẹ̀, mọ́mí mojú yín ò sí bẹ̀, èmi ò sí bẹ̀, àtọwọ́ kan ti lọ fọ́ gbòkè ọmọ àgbẹ̀ wa.
Ọ̀fẹ́ gbé lẹ́yìn ìran ọ̀fẹ́ gbé yín náà. Àwọn tó fẹ́ gbé èmi wà ń bẹ̀. Àwọn náà fojú kó I am from Nigeria worldwide.
So kọ́ wá kò yé. So they actually played that game because.
Wọ́n wá padà dé, wọ́n fáwọn ní wrong narrative.
Mọ̀mí rí fèsì ṣe láì tó sọ pé the fear of police kò yé yín. The fear of police wọ́n sá pọ́lọ́pàá wọn tí ì rí mọ̀mí mojú yẹn wọn tí ì rí ọ̀hún lẹ́ni mọ́lì. So by the time tó máa rí pé àwọn ilé ti wọlé o ló dà kó fẹ́ di police class. Èmi gan kẹ̀dẹ̀ rí bàtí mọ̀mí mojú yín ṣe láì tó sọ pé Asami Jojo where are you? Mo ní I dey my house. I dey my house tí mo sọ yẹn mo ti wà ní Kòròdú. Kò yé yín.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kò yé
yín. Ó kọ̀ ṣe pé àwọn ta sọ pé wọn ní wàhálà ti dé yìí tó ṣe kún sẹ́pọ̀n nìyẹn pé ọmọ pathologist ó kọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní làágùn ni kò yé yín meanwhile ẹni mọ́lì yẹn ìyẹn lè kó.
Gbogbo ìsàlẹ̀kùn ẹ̀ á ti súkì tó fi làágùn lókè bẹ́yẹn.
Mr. Yomi àdìkẹ́ ọmọ làágùn nínú AC sẹ́ ó ń làágùn bí ewúrẹ́ ni sẹ́. Ẹ mọ̀ mọ́ tó dùn mí ṣẹ́rí nǹkan tó dùn mí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé tọ́wọ̀n èèyàn bá fi pọ̀ wọ́n gbọ́n ibi tí túnitúni wà ibi tí dèní wà náà ni túnitúni wà. Now ẹ fẹ́ fi irú ìṣàbẹ̀ yẹn ẹ fẹ́ gbé wa ní gbogbo ẹ fẹ́ lu àwọn èèyàn ní jìbìtì ẹ lè package ara yín dókítà tó pera ẹ pé ẹ tó ṣe autopsy ó wá lọ sọ ti gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ó lọ ń gíbu summary ti gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì kí ló kọ́ pẹ̀lú autopsy ti gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì. He was summarizing inú ìwé tó gbé wá nínú handout tó gbé wá handout tamara and school náà ló gbé wá nínú handout.
So copy and paste ló ṣe.
Copy and paste ló ṣe. Ló kọ̀ máa ń orúkọ ní ìkóró dictionary.
What is your business with government autopsy? You need to do your own and come and tell us your own. Ó wá sọ ní Sanchitu wá sọ chapter 35 verse 12 kìíní kan you said the sum about the government autopsy only yes my lord the 32 page of your suggestion.
DNA result wọn lásán ọmọ ajá nínú ẹdínlópù ni.
Sam Jojo
yes my lord.
Sam Jojo má pa mí náà.
Hold on. Sam Jojo
má para yín.
Sam Jojo.
Naimoli come up. Naimoli was the last one. Naimoli was the first.
Sam Jojo let me ask you. Sam Jojo. Ṣé Barrister Shitu was he not instrumental to the hiring of the pathologist?
He was instrumental. He was.
Naimoli come up.
He was.
Mọ́mí Monjolama. Uncle Yomi.
Oh, be that Nemoli.
Nemoli, come up.
Uncle Yomi. Ẹ mọ nǹkan tó ń dùn èmi jù mà. Ṣé ẹ mọ nǹkan tó ń dùn mí jù? Nǹkan tó ń dùn mí jù ni wípé kí ni ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí pọ́blíkì kan ṣe àwọn pípò yìí? Ẹ wo ìgbà tí wọ́n ti ń bi bàbá. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ rìsọ́ọ̀tì kí wọ́n ti ń pè é. Bàbá ló wà nínú pákéjì tí wọn ò tí ì lè jà pọ̀ náà kú. Kí lẹ́sẹ̀ dáṣà àwọn pípù yìí? Ẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ́ bí wọ́n ti ń ra gbogbo pátákó máa gbé gbogbo ara. Bàbá.
Handout ló gbé wá handout.
Ẹ wo from day one. Tẹ́ bá bí mú ìwà náà, mú ìwà máa sọ fún yín ẹ̀jà wọ́kìnà ní. Legacy mà wọ́kìnà ní. Àwọn pípù yìí, the question is, ẹran ara ọmọdé yìí tí wọ́n wá ń bù káàkiri ìgboro, níbo ni wọ́n ń dà sí?
Mr. Alhaji.
Ìyẹn ti di scientific, ó ti wà fún scientific study.
Ṣẹ́rí ibi tí kiri yẹn bá àdìdì. Àwọn kan mo dẹ̀ sọ lọ́dọ̀ ọmọ mi gbẹ́nu. Àwọn kan ti kọ́kọ́ mọ information yẹn, wọ́n ti kà, wọ́n ti mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Kò yẹ yín, wọ́n ti mọ nǹkan tó wọ́n ti látọ̀ tó bá ti jáde. Gbogbo ọ̀nà ìbọ́ta ló wà ẹ́. Ṣé dandan ẹ fẹ́ ṣe private autopsy? Ṣé dandan ẹ ṣe Lagos State? Ṣé dandan ẹ ṣe can't you go to Abuja? Can't you go to any other state to go and do the autopsy? Must do it in Lagos State. Brother, if the government time there now, and the government remind me.
Sorry, which I heard.
What are we saying?
You know, it's University of Ibadan. The lawyer, the doctor, they said. Wait, till I go find my book. No, no, continue first.
Go find your book, I beg. Nẹ̀yìn.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ wá sọ gbogbo àgbáyé, wọ́n dẹ̀ wá sọ wá di ẹgbà búrẹ́dì lọ́wọ́ mo fẹ́ sáré lọ sọ́jà. Àwọn pípò yìí burú o, wọ́n burú o.
Wọ́n gbé everybody ní gógó ni.
As a private autopsy.
If your pathologist is coming, kò dẹ̀ lè gbé result ti ẹ̀ wá. Ṣé brother mi, pathologist yín ń bọ̀. Kò gbé result títí ẹ̀ wá. Ṣẹ́rí tí mo tún ẹ̀mọ̀ pé ẹ̀jẹ̀ yín sí ẹ̀yin pathologist yẹn ni mo jókòó sí. Mo dẹ̀ rí báàgì pathologist ìgbà tó ń ṣe mọ́ nǹkan tó wà nínú báàgì ẹ̀. Mo rí báàgì ẹ̀. Ṣé bóyá kó mú result
báàgì yẹn wá ti kó dùn.
Nígbà tí wọ́n ti kúrò lọ́dọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹ̀kẹ́ láti mọ̀ pé rọ́lá àwọn pípọ̀ yìí ń pa because normally bẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹ̀kẹ́ tó yẹ kó handle
pathologist ọ̀gọ̀ngọ̀ kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ sorúkọ ẹ̀ sọ.
Wọ́n ti sọ Chijioke àbí kí ló pè. Okereke.
Kọ́lá ni.
Kẹ̀rọ bíbí ọlọ́ba ẹ̀kọ́ pààyàn lórí black cap yìí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ti sú wa.
You see, you do this one. No.
Sam Jojo, the threatening was so much. Ṣé rí pé rò pọ̀ ní ìjọ kìíní yẹn? Ẹ̀rù bà everybody.
Na the pattern, na the package.
Aṣọ ní káwọn èèyàn máa wà ní àbúrò wò.
Sẹ́ni kan táwọn sọ ń sìn, a ní lè sọ, àwọn ọlọ́wọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ fún wa. Ẹ wá gbọ́n wọn aṣèlérí wọn ní pé pathologist ẹ̀ ṣe ń padà bọ̀. Ọkọ̀ máa bèrè question lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ní nǹkan tó máa kà yẹn ló ti kà fún wa. Nothing more is coming. You think people are stupid? Ṣé pípọ̀ wọn yóò lọ school ni? Wọ́n ní wọ́n fẹ́ cross examine èèyàn. Tó bá cross examine èèyàn ṣe. Kí wọ́n máa bèrè question ni. Lẹ́yìn nǹkan tó sọ yẹn, ṣé fẹ́ sọ nǹkan míì ni? Another result is coming.
Ṣóhun gan máa yọjú.
Wọ́n máa bèrè question lórí nǹkan tó mú wá ní.
Wait, Sam Jojo, they didn't cross examine him on that day.
They did not.
That's the end of it. It's not coming back again.
It's not coming back again now.
No, it's coming back. No, it's coming back.
Nemoli, don't say that.
Wait, no, we need 26. Like, we don't come back. Wait.
Ẹ má bínú, autopsy ìgbàlódé ló ṣe fún wa báyìí. A ṣe rí ní autopsy ìgbàlódé.
Ìgbàlódé autopsy àbí?
Yes. Ti gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì gan tún dájú tí wọ́n lọ.
Let me just say this. You see, Sherry, the main autopsy tí wọ́n ṣe tó jẹ́ òótọ́, they all saw it and it was leaked even to Wumi and their account. And that was when you saw Wumi coming out saying even tobacco poison in one anybody who done food and the rest. That autopsy was real. What she was saying was part of the real autopsy, and they knew what that stuff contained. But along the line, there has been settlement behind the.
What change here?
There have been settlement behind the screen, and the day the settlement was settled, was sealed, okay, was the day Baba went to Sun Tzu. Okay, and that was why.
What is settled before then?
And that was why the case was from Sun Tzu. Hey, I said the day it was sealed. Finally,
okay, sealed. Oh, yeah.
Very long.
The word I used. The day
was sealed
was the day it went to Sun Tzu, and the main case that could have led us to, the justice was moved again back to Panti. And that was the bitter truth of all of this we're saying. And now look at the Sanshitu. From all the doctor, all that was reported that the doctor said, read about all of these things, coupled with the new leader came out on that very day from the driver, okay, and why, what is it called, spending was in that court. And he has given an evidence that he left that house by 2 a.m. when they returned from the show. And the driver was asserting his statement that nobody left that house. He blocked, and Sanshitu could not even ask Spending to come to the box to come and face the driver. That is one. The driver talked about how he was called by an unknown person around 9 o'clock on Tuesday to say, go and report yourself at the police station. The guy that you carried was spied. And by 12, his brother called him to say, check your Facebook. On Tuesday, that the Mohbad that you took to show on Sunday was reported to have spied. And he went on his Facebook on Tuesday, 12 o'clock, and he saw it, that Mohbad was dead. And the nurse said he came to Mohbad house around 2 thereabouts to treat him. And she never questioned. And she never questioned any of this. So what are we talking about? What exactly are we talking about? So who did No, not even Baba. I mean, the Sanshitu himself.
Òun náà ni bàbá yẹn iṣẹ́ lè pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn kọ́ máa rántí béèrè.
No, ṣé ònìkan ló ó máa láwọn ọmọọṣẹ́ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ náà.
Àdàbí àbí wọn o, àdàbí àbèrè.
Àwọn lọ́yà máa láwọn ọmọọṣẹ́ tó bá tó kí ló ti lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́.
Ẹ̀yin lè máa bèrè lọ́wọ́ àdàbí òbí kọ̀ọ̀kan máa o. Ẹ̀yin lè máa bèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn o, àdàbí kẹ́ fàdàbí lẹ̀ o.
Àdàbí tó ti bízì. Àdàbí ti mú tìrìtìrì.
Ọ̀rọ̀ àdàbí ẹ̀ dàbí wèrè kan. Ó dàbí wèrè kan tó fẹ́ lọ jí agẹmọ gbẹ́njẹ̀ bóde náà.
Àdàbí ti bẹ́lẹ́ sí, ó ti yó.
Ó ti kékeré, ó ti jí agẹmọ gbé náà, agẹmọ bá sọ pàṣẹ.
Àwọn àgbà fíìmù làwọn gbogbo àwọn agbọ́n tá à ń ṣe fíìmù gan-an bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Àwọn actor gangan, àwọn script writer, ó ṣe pàdé wọn ni.
Ọ̀gbìn Yomi, ẹjọ́ ṣé mo lè béèrè question kan sà? Ẹjọ́ ṣé mo lè béèrè question kan? Lọ́wọ́ yín gangan sà. Lọ́wọ́ yín sà.
Mo ń sùn lọ́wọ́ báyìí pé mi létà.
Irọ́ kìí ṣe question tó le kọ́ Ọ̀gbìn Yomi.
Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ lọ fojú kó.
Irọ́ kìí ṣe ọ̀tọ̀ ní nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ sà. Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ ni pé ṣé break the silence ò lè ṣe autopsy fúnra wọn ni?
Kí lẹ̀ ń ṣe ọ̀tọ̀ mo. Èmi àti ikọ́.
Ẹni mo ní ẹni mo sáré break ẹ̀ down fún wa.
Ẹ fi autopsy ẹ bọ́ tó gbogbo yín ẹ jẹ́ ìjà yín tán. Ntí òye yín ni pé kéèsì yìí kò yẹ kó tí ì dé corona. Tọ́lọ́pàá bá ṣiṣẹ́ wọn. Nígbà tẹ́ bá ti rí eyewitness account tẹ́lẹ̀ ti rí video evidence ká náwọn yóò sínsìn lẹ́ẹ̀ máa wọ pé kí yẹn prove kankan fún yín kí lẹ̀ wá lọ gbọ́ bẹ̀ yẹn. Tó bá tẹ̀ sọ pé kọ́bá ìlú ṣẹlẹ̀ corona ta lè fẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan tọ́rọ̀ láti jọjọ́ yìí ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀tọ̀rọ̀ látàárọ̀ tẹ́ jàre tó dalẹ̀ tẹ́ ní bàbá kẹpẹ́ àwọn lọ́ọ̀yà tó ń fẹ́ lọ tó ń challenge kéèsì corona gan ò lọ rí òkú mi tó wà wọn bá hospital sọ̀rọ̀ wọn mọ̀ pé all the CCTV wọn bá gbọ́ àwọn witness yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ kò sí ìtọ́wò pípọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ń kó witness tẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ before kó tó wá. So the question is we are bringing witnesses that you don't have access to. Ẹ jẹ́ kọ́ ọlọ́pàá ló máa investigate eléyìí fact finding ó níbi tí wọ́n máa ń lo irú àwọn ọkọ̀ báyẹn sí corona ẹbí tó máa ti ń wúlò. Wọ́n kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ gbọ́ corona inquest gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ lù ni. Wọ́n fi ọ́n bòbò wá a dẹ̀ ti pariwo pé eléyìí tán lò fún yìí kò ń ṣe ibi tó yẹ kó ti lò tó bá yẹ pé corona yẹn fẹ́ ṣe full iṣẹ́ wọ́n fẹ́ fly tó kó ṣe full iṣẹ́ bọ̀ yìí tó tò lẹ̀ fún yìí. Corona tó tíjọba òdòdó mọ̀ tí DPP òdòdó ṣé ó wà important ló kéèsì lọ́ṣẹ́ dúró dè nítorí ọmọ pé bí tẹ lọ yẹn hàn ò ní láti kò ní ìdí ẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ló ṣe ìwádìí. A dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn títí ṣé mi ni mo control DPP tó fi dúró de corona. If the corona inquest is very important to this case they would have waited for corona. Mo dẹ̀ sọ títí ẹ̀ wọ́n ti charge àwọn tó fẹ́ charge wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kọ́ọ̀tì Mohbad ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. What? Justice for Mohbad is on its way. Kọ́lọ́pàá làwọn ṣe fẹ́ dúró sọ́lọ́pàá lọ́rùn pé ẹ bá áàdì àwọn ọlọ́pàá ẹ lọ ṣe investigation ẹ ṣe extra mọ́ ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ṣe kéèsì corona inquest kọ́ ló ń ṣe kéèsì Mohbad ọkọ̀ bá wọn ṣe fact finding ni. But the government have proven to you that whatever is going to come in there àwọn ò need àwọn necessary kánú òun ló di nǹkan tí wọ́n ń jókòó tì mú ni láti ọdún méjì tẹ̀ ń jókòó tì tẹ̀ ń náwó lé lórí they will wait for it. Adẹ̀ ti sọ ti pẹ́ pé èmi ti ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn pípù yìí àmọ́ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ní kí n gbẹ́nu sọ́ọ́ bí wà tẹ́ pé mò ń takú corona inquest mo ní kí ló ń ṣe èmi rò bóyá mo ń ṣòótọ́ pẹ̀lú public pé a fẹ́ jà fún public mi mọ̀ pé àwọn tí ò lóòótọ́ láti ilẹ̀ tó fò tọ́tọ́ lèmi tẹ̀lé because at the end of the day it is a big risk for me to even be saying that. Mo tún fi life mi lẹ̀ mo fi gbowó kárí mi lẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ àlọ́ bọ́lọ́pàá mo wá fèsì ọlọ́pàá padà pẹ̀lú life mi ṣàlùbọ̀ easy tọ́lọ́pàá fi dá mi lóhùn ẹ mọ iye wàhálà tí mo ṣe ẹ mọ iye fẹ́ fún gbogbo ẹ mọ iye protest lórí mi gbogbo wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fira àwọn wéyọ̀ bí fábíyì ẹ̀ ń fira yín wéyọ̀ bí fábíyì pé mo tiẹ̀ lídìí.
ẹ bá wa táàpù ẹ má ju kéwédù náà.
ṣé Mohbad lè ṣe fẹ́mi ni ṣé ó lè jáde irú ẹ̀ fẹ́mi ó lè risk life ẹ̀ kárí ẹ̀ fẹ́mi. ṣé tó bá bẹ́ẹ̀ náà fi mí wọlé òun ní fírèmù jèmi lọ lókàlè mi.